Once Upon a Time in Corfu, Part 1. By the second day, we three had settled into a set regime. Get up, have a full English breakfast. Then, if it was a day on, one day off in brackets, we would have a shot of something from the bar, which had 3 layers of distinct colour. White at the top, red in the middle, with blue at the bottom. This had to be down in one. The holiday complex we were staying in had 3 bars. After the special drink at the breakfast bar on the mentioned day on, that is, we three would walk around to the pool to the, pool bar, where we would have a second, third, fourth double of the special drink. This still had to be down in one. On the 4th day, I, being one of 3 of we three, decided to explore the island of Corfu solo wolf. After a lovely visit to Corfu town, I returned to the holiday apartment late in the evening to find 2 and 3 of we three settled on the balcony with 2 fellow youthful holidaymakers. 3 of we three was in deep conversation with one of the holidaymakers, but alarmingly 2 of 3 of we three was sitting at a table opposite the second holidaymaker with a piece of wood that looked like part of a bed. 2 of 3 of we three was second only to being a brother to me. I understood more than well the look on his face. More seriously, his goat-eye expression alarmed me to imminent danger, as he said to holidaymaker, youthful or not, number 2, "You're my mate, and I'm your mate, right?" "Yes," said holidaymaker number 2. It was the wrong answer. The wrong answer. Immediately after holidaymaker number 2 had said yes to being his friend, 2 of 3 of we three hit him quite hard on the head with a piece of bed, then respectfully handed over the same piece of bed, leaning forward, offering his own head ceremoniously. On the 5th day, myself and 3 of we three took a lilo from the pool area that belonged to either attractive bikini girl holidaymaker number 1 or attractive bikini girl holidaymaker number 2. Having lost 2 of 3 in the afternoon, we three, between either the breakfast bar or the pool bar, myself and 3 of we three placed the borrowed double lilo outside our apartment. We then strolled into Cabos for afternoon half pints of tequila, fun and games of pool. Later on that 5th day, importantly, our next door neighbours, after enjoying the ultimate lie-in and slow start to the day, described they heard a noise emitting from the front of their holiday apartment. "Is that a pig or a donkey?" said holiday neighbour couple 1 to holiday neighbour couple 2. Cautiously, the holiday neighbour couple opened the front door of their apartment to investigate. "What is it?" said holiday couple number 1 to her bloke number 2. "It's him from next door, the nice one who was hitting that lad round the head with a bit of wood the other night. He's asleep snoring like a pig on a double lilo. I might just leave him." Orange stripe, bottom corner pocket and black to win would be 2 games each. I concentrated, pulled back my cue and shattered a large pane of glass behind me. I played the shot as if nothing had happened, as 3 of we three whispered in my ear, "Hey up mate, you've just smashed that glass." "I know," I said, as the man approached us from the bar. At the same time, 3 of we three turned his 6'3" bulk to stare him down. "That should be shatterproof, could have killed us. Let's go." He took my shirt, and remarkably we left without incident, walking back to the safety of our holiday complex. On the first day, we three had arrived at our holiday apartment brimming with excitement. 2 and 3 of we let me have the bed on the mezzanine level without a thought, an action which truly touched my 8-year sensitive seniority. I had a feeling I might begin to love being able to rise above various 2 and 3 of we three activities if and when they arrived at our holiday home. At this point, after placing bags on beds, we three ventured out towards the bar I haven't mentioned yet. Ironic because it's the main holiday complex bar where within 2 minutes of entering, 3 of we three were squaring up to fight number 1 of an unknown amount management team, with 2 of 3 of we three by his side. 2 alpha males squaring up on a Greek island. You couldn't make it up. It was incredibly stupid of number 1 management and also of 3 of we three. My 8 years of sensitive seniority intervened with a masterstroke, such that on the second day, as number 1 management patrolled, strutted, past the pool, 3 of we three jumped out of the water to face him. I'll be honest, for a second I imagined violence and closed my eyes, but with an outstretched hand the sheikh sealed the alpha male union. I went for a drink at the pool bar. On the third day, we three were halfway through a 1 day on when I pointed out that it was a 1 day off. In the hope of saving what was left of the 1 day off, I, 1 of 3 of we three in brackets, suggested we walk out through the back gate of the complex that led to the beach, that led to the sea, but also the Ringos, said 2 and 3 of we three, walking along a raised jetty and sitting in large multicoloured lorry in tube-like looking inflatables, each attached by a long length of nautical looking rope to what looked to me like a fast boat. I was just about to join 2 and 3 of we three in my own Ringo when from behind I was shimmered into a life jacket by 1 of 2 Ringo operatives. "You need to put this on," he said to me, and went on to say the same to 2 of 3 of we three, who saw the mistake and danced out of their awkward positions as if they'd been drinking in the sun all day like 2 gully rangers. On the evening of the 4th day, after I'd stumbled into a situation involving 2 of 3 of we three sitting opposite the second youthful holidaymaker, well, to be precise, it was now the turn of youthful holidaymaker 2 of 2 to hit 2 of 3 of we three round the head with a piece of bed. I knew that by now the second youthful holidaymaker was in serious trouble. Whatever he chose to do with the piece of bed wouldn't stop 2 of 3 of we three from eventually braining him unconscious. My 8 years of sensitive seniority intervened with a masterstroke. I walked behind the second youthful holidaymaker and with swift guile got this message through. Do exactly as I say, or your brains will be bashed to a pulp by a piece of bed in Corfu. Say I'm glad I'm on holiday now, if you understand. I'm glad I'm on holiday now, if I understand, uttered the second youthful holidaymaker. By now the piece of bed was so close to the second youthful holidaymaker that the delay in him accepting it was increasing the intensity of 2 of 3 of we three's goat eyes, so I knew I had to act. Using a pinch of my 8 years of sensitive seniority powers, I took the offered piece of bed from 2 of 3 of we three, placing it with care into the hands of 2 of 2 holidaymaker man, sweating deluxe. With seconds to spare, coinciding with a next-door neighbour balcony distraction, I was able to get the saving message through. It was as follows. Your only hope to save your brains from being bashed in here on the Isle of Corfu is to follow what I say exactly. Take the piece of bed and hit your opponent hard around the head. Then at the exact time you offer him the piece of bed to hit you back, say this, but keep eye contact until he looks away. It's vital. All right then, what was the name of Russ Abbott's dog? For what seemed like hours, the second youthful holidaymaker held aloft the piece of bed. Then suddenly, as if he summoned up all the courage he had, he hit 2 or 3 of we three a cracking blow around the ear hole, ultimately on the right side of his head. Do it. Say it. He passed the piece of bed back over the patio table, and then I heard the words that probably saved his brains from being bashed to a pulp on that patio balcony in Corfu. All right then, what was the name of Russ Abbott's dog? For a split second, everything on the balcony seemed to stop. It was like a spotlight had shone on 2 or 3 of we three, and you could almost hear the nerve endings searching for the answer. Searching for the answer to a question about the one man he loved more than me as one of 3 of we three. He put the piece of bed down on the patio table, which was a good sign. He marched frantically, searching his head, scratching his head, looking for me answers, but I looked away. 10 minutes later, 2 of 3 of we three explained in happiness and delight as he shouted loud and clear to the whole of Corfu, Russ Abbott ain't got a fucking dog.